Okay, I'm going to review the new rope bags that are on both engines, or on all the engines in the ladder truck. We have two new rope bags. Each rope bag has 200 feet of half-inch rope. We have orange line and we have a red and white line. Okay. Then within each rope bag, there's two saddle bags. The saddle bags have hardware and software in the bags. And first, let me go over the bag with the hardware in it. Okay. This bag, basically, in one of the pockets, will have 3 pulleys: 2 single pulleys and a double pulley. Anchor plate. It has a belay device, a rack, and a figure 8 with the carabiner. Okay. On the opposite side of this bag, we have hardware, which would be carabiners and prusik cords, green and yellow. Green, lime green, which is long, solid green is shorter. And then we have Gibbs ascender on this side. Moving over to the other bag, we have 200 feet of half-inch lifeline, as well as webbing, and also we have a couple prusik cords. We have rope protection, and then the cords are 5 feet for the dark green, 12 feet for lime green, 15 for the blue, 20 for the orange, 25 for the red. And then, like I said, we have 2 of each, and then we have anchor straps. Okay, these are what we typically will use for anchor straps to anchor around a bomb-proof anchor. We want to try to get 2 bomb-proof anchors in any system. That's what we want to set up. If you need to have additional anchors, you can use webbing as an anchor device. It'd have to be wrapped multiple times around the bomb-proof anchor with carabiner and water nuts with safeties, but that also can be used for anchor material. All right, let me first start with the pulleys. Will be set up in a 2-to-1, a 3-to-1, or 4-to-1 Z system. This is an anchor plate, and then the descenders, or the belay devices. First, the figure 8. Quick review on how to rig the figure 8.
Respond on TAC 2 for fire alarm at Gold Tree Mobile Home Park, 231 Gold Tree Lane, box 1915. Leading cord, truck 343. Respond on TAC 2 for fire alarm at Gold Tree Mobile Home Park, 231 Gold Tree Lane, box 19.
Will be attached to whatever you're lowering, whether it be a 4-point harness on a Stokes basket, or but this will be a bomb-proof anchor here. This will be a backup to a bomb-proof anchor, and then you need to put a secondary brake system on this line, and then you basically would belay the person down. Okay, so that's the belay using a figure 8. The next type of belay would be a rack, and I'm going to quickly go over using a rack. Okay, this rack is designed where the anchor, bomb-proof anchor, will be attached to this carabiner. So you'll have your anchor system. You can use this webbing around multiple bomb-proof anchors. So you'd have 2 of these, 2 bomb-proof anchors attached to the carabiner. Okay, and then we're going to load the rack device. The rack device is nothing more than a friction device. The more bars you put in place, the more friction you're going to generate, the slower the load is going to lower. If you want to increase the speed of the load, you want going down, you want to just release some bars, is all you have to do. So the proper way to load the device is you hold the device in your left or right hand. You want to have all of the bars, these bars, the middle bar is attached. The first bar attached, and every other bar is completely attached to the device, and then you have the loose bars. Okay? So how we want to load this is that our load is going to be on the end of that line right there. The weight of our load is going to be on the end of the line. So I have the rack in my hand, and I have these bars on the left side facing down. I'm going to go over the top of the rack, and then I'm going to go down, and then I'm going to go down, and then the bar is going to lock up. And when I pull up on it, Rob, come over here and pull that line. Just pull it away from me. Go ahead and pull it out. Okay, as he's pulling out, if I want to stop the load, I just put the brake on this way, and then I can lock down. But if there's a lot of weight on this, it's going to slide fast. So what I need to do is I need to add some more bars. So I'm going to push this bar ahead. I'm going to come down with the rope this way, through, and then I'm going to come under with the bar. And now I locked it. Now go ahead and pull on it. So now I got more friction, which means I got more control over the load. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and add another bar to it, to the system. So I'm going to come down through, and then the bar goes up, and then I'm locking down. This is maximum lowering with maximum friction. Go ahead and pull on it. So really, there has to be a lot of load to make this go. Now, to increase the speed of the load, with gloved hands, you can space the bars out. Go ahead and pull it. You space the bars out and feed it through, and it's going to go down. So you'll never lose a load when you use the rack. The rack is the most controlled method to take a load down. So I want to make sure you see that, how it's properly loaded. And then to unload, if I want to unload as we go, I just release a bar to increase the speed. And then right there, and then I can separate these. And go ahead and pull, keep them separated. And then what it's going to do is going to let the load go down. Okay? And that's pretty much a friction device for lowering. Right here. Now, I mentioned that if you have a lower line, we're going to go ahead and take the bar and push it out of the way. You need to have a backup device in front of the lowering in case the thing fails. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to create another anchor, bomb-proof anchor, and you can attach a prusik cord, and then you attach a prusik cord to this line. So we're going to attach the prusik to the line. The thing is, you don't want to get the knot. You want to get the knot out of the way. This is a single. Okay, so that's a single, and I have to move the knot because the knot's not going to work when it's near the rope. Okay, there we go. That's a single wrap on the prusik for a lowering device. If I want to do it, I can do it double it, do it again, and now that gives even more grabbing power. Okay, go ahead and pull on. Well, let me dress it first. Okay, you want to dress the lines first to make sure they all line up so they look real pretty. So if you look at that right there, that's dressed really nice. See that? And go ahead and pull on it. And I want to lock it down. Hold on a second. The one thing about the prusik cord is if the load is too much, it's going to start to slip, and as it slips, it's going to start burning the sheet off the line. So that's a problem using the prusik cord. Is if you got too heavy a load and you got to catch it with a prusik, and you only have one prusik on here, you should have double. It's going to start heating up the line, and as it heats it up, it's going to start melting it, and then the line will eventually fail. So you got to be careful using prusik cords in a load. The next device that you can use as a rope grab device or as a safety would be a Gibbs ascender. And what you want to do is there's arrows on the Gibbs ascender. The up arrow is pointed to the load. So I'm going to go ahead and put the Gibbs ascender on. And this is an actual small ascender for this size line. I would probably want the larger ascender for here, but I'm going to go ahead and demonstrate with the small one. So if I need a brake device, a secondary brake device, and then go ahead and load, and okay, so while he's pulling, the line's coming through, no problem, coming through, and I want to stop it. I'm gonna have it on the anchor point. It's gonna lock up. So now it's gonna lock up. It's gonna hold just like the prusik. The negative on the Gibbs ascender is it'll crush the line and break it. Okay, if there's too much load. So you got to be careful on using both devices. They can possibly, potentially, break the load. Okay, and that's pretty much a quick review of the rope rescue bag. We'll have what we need for you to do is get out and take a look at all the equipment and review the equipment, and that should be about it. All right, thanks a lot.